just talk a little bit about the New York Times and where they were.
That was heavy. That was very heavy.
And what was a very important meeting in terms of how the New York Times addressed
the New York Times
our community.
Had institutional homophobia. There was institutional homophobia at the New York Times as a result of a guy named Cliff Jar that wrote a travel piece called The Gay Cruise, and Iphigenia Sulzberger, who was the Dowager, sent a memo out saying this is not acceptable in our paper, and subsequently the word gay and gay issues were not allowed in the New York Times, just sort of general policy. And as a result, during the first 4 years of the AIDS crisis, the biggest health story of the second half of the century, the New York Times had one article, and that was on page 16, and it was obtuse, and it was, ACT UP was saying silence is death, and the New York Times was part of it, and there were people around that wanted to pick at the Times, and 4 of us co-signed a letter demanding, not asking, demanding a letter. Ginny Apuzzo, Judge Richard Fela, Andy Hub, and myself signed a letter asking for a meeting with the Times, and we got a quick response and that a meeting was set up with Sidney Grusin, who was unknown to us, but was the associate publisher and very tight with the Sulzberger family, and everyone assured us that a meeting with Grusin was significant. And so we met with him, and he was very comfortable with us, and we talked about the AIDS crisis, and he said they were very aware of it, and he would set up a meeting with us with Abe Rosenthal, who was the ferocious managing editor of the Times. And so we were armed with Bear. We had all sorts of story plans and whatnot. We went in, and Rosenthal at this luncheon had several editors there, and we were prepared for battle, and the first thing he said is, we need help. What can you do for us on this story? And we were shocked. And we told him that one of the things that he might want to do is the early days of GMHC, that they had a buddy system, and we thought that was a good human interest story about how people with AIDS were being helped by civilians who were just volunteering their time, while the rest of the nation was so frightened of AIDS. They were actual gay men and women who were helping, and the Times did that. That was their first story. And then they did a reporter named Judy Clementreau did a piece on the PFLAG, the parents and friends of gays, and that changed the Times policy. And it was so significant that one of the things we said to Rosenthal, that you have gay people on staff that could write this story, but they're afraid to. And he said, we would never fire anyone because of their sexual orientation. And I said, no, but they're afraid they'll be the correspondent from Casper, Wyoming, as a result. And he said, oh, you've done your homework. And when I got back to the office, I got a call from a reporter who's still on staff. I still see his byline, and he said, this place is buzzing. Thank you.